being squeezed as a millennial parent.
But it's true, like, you are making good money, and it's still, like, it feels like your head is, you can't get your head out.
You're constantly trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Basically.
Not to mention, I mean, we've had terrible luck with our living situation too, right?
Like one after the other.
And we're not the only one. This seems to be the case in this economy where you're buying either old or much less house for a very high price, so that our mortgage payment is exorbitant and everything keeps collapsing around us. So like right before I got pregnant, our roof caved in. So it was wild. Like people who had renoed before us had never removed a roof. So when the roof finally caved in, there were 9 layers. And it literally, we walked into the baby room and we were getting ready. Like we were like, okay, we're going to paint it. We're going to do this. It looked like the ceiling looked like a sail, like a boat sail that was like dipping in the middle. And there was like a yellow stain and a crack in the middle. And Mel was like, Tanya! And I was like, what the fuck is that? Like we were like, what is that? And there were certain other things that the house never seemed dry. The walls were sometimes damp, and we were like, why is it? And we were like, maybe we're steamy? Like the laundry or whatever? I don't know. So that happened in 2 rooms upstairs.
Oh my god, I literally can't imagine being pregnant and that happening.
It was right before. Like, I think I found out I was pregnant during that reno. So, here's the thing. We had a safety net. We had some savings. We had an egg, a little nest egg, right? 30 grand went into removing that roof. It was open to the sky for 2 weeks because they had to take all the rot out, of course. Big job.
Yeah, not a Band-Aid.
Oh, yeah. 9 layers.
Of like shingles or?
Of roof. Yes, multiple layers of shingles, multiple layers of tar, pebbles, dirt. Like, I don't think the people who had renovated before even removed their garbage. I think they spread the garbage out.
Half-assed, basically.
Yeah. So what made that happen was that our neighbors did their roof, and their roofer shoved all their garbage onto our roof and left it there. And then that was a year that we had heavy snow as well. So this happened over Christmas.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How long ago was this?
4 years ago.
Oh. So you have to basically start from scratch.
Yes. So they opened everything up, they took everything out, they rebuilt a whole roof, but they weren't experienced. They were experienced roofers. They were really good with the roof, but they fucked up the ceilings. So when they came to redo the ceilings, they did them horribly. I have footage of that. Now, the thing that people will realize about me is that I worked as a mudder and a painter and a renovator for years. That's actually how I made enough income with my body to help purchase a home in Toronto, even this tiny dinky little home. And that's what my
cheap. Yeah.
Shit ain't cheap, but it breaks you, right? Why I went into healthcare and wellness was because I realized that my body was breaking, and my coworkers, like, I was like, ain't nobody getting past 50, and nobody's making enough money to retire early, so I don't know what the fuck we're all gonna do. And so there's footage of me 8 months pregnant, getting on a 6-foot ladder and like mudding the ceiling, like in that room, and like using a festool to sand it all down. Why are you grinning?
When was the last time you 6'7"?
6'7"!
Like 6 or 7 minutes ago?
6'7".
Fuckers, I swear. No! Stuff. What? Hi. Hello.
I'm good.
Bye!
Hey.
If I can ask about...
Have you worn wigs? Then believe our wigs.
Then.
I was like mudding the ceiling myself and sanding it. So pregnant while doing that. Then of course the painting. It was crazy, guys.
So you had to redo the job that they did?
Yeah, the one on the inside, yeah.
I'm picturing, like, have you guys seen Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Where the, like, monsters, like, coming through the wall?
Yeah.
It was almost like that.
Yeah.
It was bad. So that was 30 grand from our nest egg.
Did you say anything to those guys?
Oh, yeah.
Did they any like compensation? Did they?
We were glad to be rid of them, let's just put it that way.
Oh, yeah.
At one point, we just locked them out of the house. We were like, thank you, bye. We don't want this anymore. Bye, 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 bye. So I also have to emphasize that, like, everything was trashed. Like, what was upstairs had to be put downstairs. Like, it was crazy, right? To a certain extent, you guys are still helping me get over that hump where, like, this house, again, there's footage and pictures, was demolished. And then as if that wasn't enough, all our appliances started dying. So I had just had the baby. The washer and dryer quit on us. So that was $5,000.
Did something happen to your car?
The car died. My CRV started puffing smoke back into the cabin. I'd had it for like, it had been through some shit. It was a beautiful car. I used it. I worked construction with it. I went into the woods with it. I went over curbs with it. Like, I drive rough, right? So this poor little car that was a model, 2008 model, by 2021 was just, she was done. She was ready to, yeah, she wanted to be euthanized. Like, she was begging. Like, and I was pregnant at the time, and I looked to Mel and I was like, it's fine. I'll open the windows. It was like in the middle of the winter, and Mel was like, Danya, I am not letting you and my unborn child drive around like with hot boxing like fumes. Like,
hey man, am I driving okay?
I think we're parked, man.
She was like, no.
It's okay.
Yeah, I was like, I guess it's fine. So that was another $30,000 to get a new Honda.
Is that
used?
Not the one I scratched, right?
That is the one you
That
scratched.
is the one I scratched. I love
Like,
I'm sorry.
I'm a good boss, y'all. I'm a good boss, y'all.
Very forgiving. And I'm an okay driver.
the bumper that you left.
Oh my god. Oh my
I'm
god.
surprised. Yeah, I'm
Oh
not.
no. When your dad was literally in Newfoundland and his license got suspended.
I got pulled over and I didn't pay the fine, and
It's under your dad's?
It was under his, so his
Oh,
license got
How do you-
revoked because they like sent him a thing. It was like, you're not allowed to drive anymore.
How hard did I laugh when you told me the story? I think I laughed
You
all.
probably like peed your pants a bit.
Yeah. And I think like I called my dad and told him this, and him and I both laughed over the phone. That was epic. He's not even in the province, and ooh,
Back in.
it's like a perfect crime, honestly. Like, you're like, what? I don't know.
I
What?
didn't even know that happened.
Whatever, man. Yeah.
I wasn't there.
So that, you're right. I had forgotten that happened too. So that's another $30,000. The washer dryer and the dishwasher died. So that was, the dishwasher was another $1.5 grand, I think. Oh no. Recently, you were here, you witnessed the stove and the fridge dying,
Yeah.
which was,
Died the
And
same
then-
week, right?
yeah, oh yeah, within a couple of days of
What are
each
the
other.
fucking chances?
I don't know.
Like, who
But
does
at this
that happen
point,
to?
at this point, I'm not even. You missed insert footage of Darren with a pot under the fucking.
God.
Oh my god.
This is dammed now. It's just this water that got behind. I thought I had it off. The whole thing has crumbled. The
That was
Wait, what happened?
bananas. I think you were in a treatment.
I was.
And I hear this like sound. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I go upstairs, or I was upstairs or downstairs,
Yeah.
and the fucking ceiling is just like, it's raining water. It's
Out of
raining
the light
water.
fixture.
Raining water. I think it might have been when, was it when you were getting your bathroom renovated or before?
That's
It
what
was
caused the
before.
bathroom to have to be renovated. Because we have no money. At this point, we have no money. At this point, I've given birth, blah, 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 and I've started the company. So now we're like, okay, this is great. This is great. We're going to be okay. And I started the companies. I was working for a massage clinic, and then they started to make stupid business calls. So I was fully booked all the time, but to appease a more senior therapist there, at one point they canceled an entire day of patients for me, and I was like, forget me as a contractor, how is this beneficial to the clinic owner? And so I think that's when I started to realize, like, I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like, the thing that unified all the businesses, and I had worked already in business management. I worked for a painting and home reno company as a consultant and business manager for a while. I worked like an architectural firm. Like, I had hopped jobs enough and worked enough for enough private businesses that I was like, I started to realize that there are some gaping holes in the knowledge base of, like,
Moving on.
like, just seeing so many mistakes.
Yeah.
So many business fucking mistakes where I'm like, don't you want to succeed?
Yeah,
Like,
for why?
for why? So in a weird way, like, I had thoroughly learned how to not run a business, right? I'd run my parents' business in my late teens and early 20s, and I was like, okay, I think I have no excuse. At this point, I'm not making enough income. My partner isn't making income. And I was booked solid at this clinic, but paying 30% of my income to the clinic owner for just being there occasionally in a room. I didn't have my times that I needed. None of the senior massage therapists would give me a daytime, so I would have to leave the baby at night and go work evenings or weekends. Like, it just was all, in a way, it was River that made me realize that I had to do it now, that this wasn't a luxury. Like, opening a business isn't a privilege, even though it is a privileged action in many ways, that either I did this or we would have to sell the house or figure something out, or like I would just never see my kid.
Which is a huge sacrifice if you're, especially if your partner's also working away.
Yeah. And while I don't mind, I love having the self-esteem and the power of being the breadwinner, I just had this baby. And I had waited my whole life to have this baby. Like, I'm not a young mom, I'm an older mom, And I was like, I don't even get to enjoy her because of our financial state. And that really made me, like, fucking, like, I've always been, as a millennial, I am possessed of a fierce detestation of boomers and a systemic rage that is unparalleled. That's why we listen to a lot of Tupac. But I had never, there have been a few times in my life where I was like, I felt enraged by how the whole system is so exploitative to a point where, in the grand scheme of things, no one is thinking about the future. And somehow, we have been tricked into thinking that it's every man for himself. There's not enough resources to go around. That's the biggest fucking lie in the world. When I was in high school, I went to school in England, and I remember my chemistry teacher, telling us that every year England throws gallons and gallons and gallons of milk into the ocean because they can't sell it. They would rather get rid of it than sell it cheaper or give it away. That is how
Sickening.
the capitalists work. I'm not laughing because it's funny.
It's just like
Okay.
mind-boggling. It is.
So, like, the irony of then, like, for the years after, like, a few years after that, they had mad cow and they had to euthanize a whole bunch of their animals there. And it's like, this is the universe telling you to fucking pay attention. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Because they were feeding cows, right?
They were feeding cows.
Oh.
That's what happens. Pigs, chickens. That's how you get mad cow disease. That's how you get all the mad diseases. Those animals are not meant to be cannibals. They don't eat meat.
Yeah.
Our dogs are eating sawdust. A lot of pet food has sawdust in it. Don't even get me started on what's in our food, like processed food. All that to say, that's where these businesses are leading. As you guys know, I'm obsessed with this dream of having this, like, eco-socialist wellness retreat where, like, we plant affordable organic food. We teach people how to farm. The other side of it is like an all-inclusive wellness retreat where people for a decent price can come, be fed, farm-to-table food, have a hot springs, have a sauna, massage, yoga, meditation, mental therapy. And I feel like the only thing we're really not making more of is land.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it is outrageous that these people, these billionaires, are in denial that the only thing you can't make more of is this planet. That's it. There's no alternative. We don't have an alternative. There's no viable alternative. We're not there yet. We don't have the technology. We're not even close